Okay, so tonight I am trying out a new camera that's remote controlled from my smartphone. And the reason why that I am talking with you tonight is because I want to share with you a little bit more about how to work with rooms. I know you've taken the Modern Room Basics class. I know that we've talked about it before at Rune Night, but the runes are a form of communication. So just like I am conversing with you in English, the way that I am doing this is I'm providing sounds and words that you recognize, you translate in your mind, and it gives you a picture of what that meaning is. We have shared communication because we understand the same language. As you get more and more familiar with using the Elder Futhark runes, you will find that it is just another form of communication. So, for an example, when you do divination with the runes, what you are doing is the universe is communicating with your mind as to what the runes that you are pulling mean for the person you're reading for. So the universe is communicating to you. You are then interpreting the meaning of that and sharing it with the person that you're reading for. So let's switch that up a little bit. You want to start doing bind rune spells. You want to start using runes to communicate with the universe. The reason why that it is so powerful is because our language, English, we are taught at a very young age. So we have that understanding. It can be powerful for us, but how much more powerful is a language previously unknown that you were studying and gaining knowledge as to the meaning of these symbols. So you are able to manifest energy much more powerfully than, well, for an example, when I use Fehu in regards to prospering myself or prospering somebody else, it is much more powerful than me saying to the universe, bring me some money. Okay, so that's well and good, but it is much more powerful because I studied the runes and they have special meaning to me. So I'm not just telling the universe, bring me money. I'm not just voicing it. It is more of a soul communication, a head communication with the universe, putting that energy out there and drawing that energy in. So, because there are only 24 runes, it is very important as you interpret runes for reading that you also, when you're sending that energy out, that you interpret the runes for, excuse me, the specific meaning that you want. So, Uruz. Uruz is power, but what kind of power is Uruz? Uruz is a patterning force. It is energy with purpose. It is power to excel. So, when you pair up Hagalaz with Fehu, you are working to bring in a consistent flow of money. If you are pairing up Uruz with Fehu and Tiwaz, you are bringing in power in a pattern of finance to your path. What am I manifesting here? I could be manifesting a raise at work. I could be manifesting winning the lottery. I could be manifesting, But wait a second. I said lottery, didn't I? Not Urus. Because Urus is a patterning force. If you are going for a raise at work, you are going for a consistent flow of money. Not a boom lump sum, but a consistent pattern of progressing financially. If I was using this bind run to gain money through my investments, which I don't have a lot of, but if I did have a lot of investments and I use this, it would be to constantly keep a pattern of growth coming for my finances. Okay, another example. Oh, hold on. I'm losing my papers. So, another example. Okay, so Urus. Let's do Urus again. Urus. If you're pairing Urus with Hagalaz, and you do it in this fashion, Hagalaz is the storm rune. We know that Hagalaz in the storm will bring new growth, but it means that we have to go through trials and tribulations, right? Because you don't get Hagalaz type growth, new growth, without having to go through some nasty stuff. So, Hagalaz, Urus. Hagalaz, we're going through the storm. Urus is coming in and providing us power and patterned strength for our path. So, what this is doing with Urus in the center is ensuring that we are going to make it through, that we are going to have the strength that we need during this storm to make it through and go on in our path. Okay, so we've seen Urus used for that in regards to pattern strength. Urus by itself could be, if I were to use Urus as a single emblem for a pendant, what I would be manifesting is consistent, honest, straightforward strength within myself. So it would be uplifting my spirit and empowering me to be the person that I am. That is true with any rune. Okay? You can use runes and you can use them individually to empower. If I am using Tiwaz in a pendant, I am acknowledging that I am on my path. So I am giving strength. Well, it's not about strength, but steadfastness, I would say. So Tiwaz in a pendant by itself would be signifying that I am being steadfast in who I am, in my path. Okay, so let's talk about another single one, Ingwaz. Now, Ingwaz is all about fertility, but it can be fertile ideas. It can be you want a fertile outcome along your path. You want to have a prosperous life-bearing. You want to bear life in your path. Okay, so this can also be used medically all by itself to manifest fertility, to make somebody more fertile, to make males more fertile, to make females more fertile, to so you manifest this on a contract with another person. You want to have the mutual understanding, the mutual contract to bear fruit positive fruit. Um, so, I hope you're getting the idea of what I'm trying to convey to you. As you learn the runes, what is going to happen is they will start forming structures and patterns within your mind, within your spirit, that will allow you to direct energy just as you would if you were talking, but it will be more focused, because when we're conversing this way, speaking English, we aren't really saying, putting that much energy into it, because, unless you're animated like I am, but because we're used to talking this way. When we have to think, when we have to acknowledge, when we have to figure out exactly how it is that we want these words to form, we put more energy into it. The same is true with the Elder Frothark runes. And that's why I'm so drawn to them, to use them to energize, to cast spells, direct energy, if you will. That's why I'm developing Rune Reiki, is because they are so important, they're so empowering to me personally. I want to share it with other people, and just as we talk about doing these combinations and bind runes, why can we not direct that with our minds to change things within other people? Why can we not use this in our minds to direct the energy to change circumstances, to help others, to direct it to be of benefit to other people? So what I would say to you is, as you're doing readings for other people, accept and understand what it is the universe is telling you for that person. As you lay that first one down, what is your intuition telling you about this for that person? When you lay down the other, oh, how do these two interact? What further information is the second rune providing me towards the true meaning of the first rune? If the first rune that I pull is the downward aspect of Fehu, the next may be the downward aspect of Tiwaz. So this is telling me that they're going to have a decrease in their finances related to probably their job, because it could be that the person coming to you is on their path, on a spiritual path like we are, and they're doing readings. It may mean that they're not going to be getting a lot of readings. If they aren't on the type of path that we're on, but they are doctors, mailmen, whatever, it may mean that they're going to be getting a demotion at work. They may be having their hours cut. You see how these two work together? Then you pull a third one, and the third one that you pull is Ingwaz. What is that telling you? That is telling you, for this person, downward aspect Fehu, downward aspect Tiwaz, Ingwaz to follow the three in the sequence. That is telling you that the person is going to be experiencing a downward motion of their finances. But it is also telling you that because of this downward motion of their finances, they're going to do something, look for another job. Something else is coming their way that is going to give them fertile ground to turn things around. So as you're working with bind runes, think about how that you want to place and interact these runes to make sense, number one, but number two, to manifest whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And I imagine, I don't really have to imagine because I remember, but the thing with the runes is I don't think that any of us, your teacher as well as my students, are ever going to fully reach the point where we're going to be conversing like this in Elder Futhark. I don't see that happening because English is our first language, and it's something that we are more focused upon, more comfortable using to convey our thoughts. But with the Elder Futhark together, I believe that we can direct energy together. We can come to conclusions, we can learn, we can share, we can prosper each other on our joint path. There was a time before English, before any of the other languages, when the Elder Futhark were spoken. And when it was spoken in sequence in such a way that it conveyed information to other people that spoke Elder Futhark, just like we're speaking English. I don't imagine it was that easy, but them not knowing English made it probably a lot easier for them to understand each other and convey meaning using the Elder Futhark. For us, it's just fun and empowering. So I hope this brought information to you. You're welcome to send any questions, post any questions you want. I plan on putting this on our Facebook group for us to share. So thank you very much. Happy New Year, and I look forward to conversing more with you and sharing more with you this year. Have a nice evening.